Let's remember this.
Now we have another one coming up, birthright citizenship. It would be a disgrace. It would be a disgrace if the Supreme Court of the United States allows that to happen. Remember what I said, 20 to 25% of the people coming into our country will come in through birthright citizenship. They'll become citizens through birthright citizenship, and it'll cost us numbers that are, I don't even think they're doable. And it's all up to a couple of people, and I hope they do what's right.
Not only does Donald Trump hate birthright citizenship.
Birthright citizenship is the biggest, costliest scam in financial history. An illegal alien can come here 9 months pregnant or on a tourist visa, 9 months pregnant, have a baby. That baby is then declared an automatic citizen, which then entitles the entire family to come here and live here. And every one of them
and
can
benefits.
get welfare. Yes, they can get unlimited welfare applying as the custodian of this citizen, so-called child.
Stephen Miller does as well. In short, the President of the United States of America signed an executive order to strip birthright citizenship from children born in the country to parents who lack permanent immigration status. The Asian Law Caucus wrote, though the executive order was issued on January 20th, 2025, lawsuits have so far effectively blocked the Trump admin from implementing them, which brings us to this year's World Cup. The leading goal scorer for the United States, Folarin Balogun. His story is one that you should absolutely know, because how the right loves to say that they don't want the intersection of sports and politics, he is right in the middle of this very issue, and he's going at odds with the current administration's goals. While the Trump admin will use him in, might I say, very offensive messages on social media, where a lot of their posts have really been intertwined with white supremacist dog whistles, Balogun just keeps on keeping on. The man who was born in New York is just 24 years of age. He currently plays at the club level with AS Monaco in Ligue 1, which is a team in France. What stands out is he had a choice to make here. Suit up for the United States, Nigeria, or England. The thing is, he played for England at the youth level, except for a brief stint with the US U18 team. But he switched to rep the States in 2023, reports the Washington Post. How exactly did we get here? Let's start at the very, very beginning of this great player's story. In 2001, airline employees stopped a 7 months pregnant Florence Balogun from traveling home to London, England, deeming her too pregnant to fly. She stayed in New York, where she was visiting, eventually giving birth to her son before returning to London. That meant, of course, that Balogun was automatically granted U.S. citizenship under the country's birthright citizenship laws, based on the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. PBS has a breakdown of the history of the topic.
What makes a U.S. citizen?
Wong Kim Ark, whose fight for birthright citizenship led to a pivotal 1898 Supreme Court case.
He was born in the United States, and the government, they argued that he was not, in fact, a citizen of the United States.
Wong Kim Ark was born in San Francisco's Chinatown in the early 1870s. His parents were merchants who were living in the country legally. As a result of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, ratified just a few years earlier, he was by virtue of birth an American citizen.
The first sentence of the 14th Amendment provides that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. And that clause very simply was intended to ensure that everyone born on U.S. soil is a citizen, with minor exceptions
The primary goal of the amendment was to overrule the Supreme Court's infamous Dred Scott decision, which held that no Black person, free or enslaved, could be a citizen of the United States. Frost says it deliberately applied to the children of immigrants born on American soil.
This is the crux of the Trump administration's attacks. After all, to reiterate, on his first day in office, Trump signed the executive order overturning the country's long-standing birthright citizenship practice, which is blatantly unconstitutional. The reason they are doing this, they claim, is part of a broader effort to overhaul the nation's immigration system and, in their own words, to combat what they have called significant threats to national security and public safety. Hey, quick question. I know that Balogun probably is a safety hazard to many defenses in the World Cup. But what are we talking about here? Do you think Balogun's parents are a threat to national security? You think Balogun is a threat to national security? What the fuck are we talking about here? Why is this even a thing? Why is Stephen Miller, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, Sebastian Gorka, and all these other dicks doing this? What is the fucking point here? What is the end game here? Oh, I know. It's to turn this country into a white Christo-fascist ethno-state. That is what it is. And Balogun succeeding, certainly not going to help their cause. His mother would tell ESPN, I don't believe things happen by luck. I think for me to have gone to America and for me to have had him there, it is just something that has really stuck with me. Even when he wasn't even thinking of making an international decision, I'd already made up my mind that he is going to play for America.
Very quickly, if you can, become a paid channel member or go to Buy Me a Coffee to support this channel. Thank you.
The irony is that in 2023, in Orlando, Florida, while the U.S. senior squad was in camp there, he met with U.S. officials and players, and he would say, they made me feel welcome. And now that very same country that welcomed him and his family with open arms is basically saying, nah. Sorry, you're not fitting our racist goals. So no, while you could score them on the pitch, we're trying to score our own off it. So hey, I know we did this thing, but we're actually trying to change the Constitution. You know, the party that says that we are constitutionalists. Oh, the hypocrisy. Where we stand currently is SCOTUS is due to rule on the president's executive order and the fundamental meaning of citizenship within weeks. Now, here is what just drives me insane, right? It's not just Balogun. He is the goal scorer. He is the out-and-about number 9. But it's more than him. The story is not just about him. It is also about winger and forward Timothy Weah, the son of George Weah, the former leader of Liberia. Shout out to the Ballon d'Or. How about Ricardo Pepe, a forward who chose to play for this country after his dad really, and I mean really, wanted him to suit up for Mexico? How about Serginho Dest? Born in the Netherlands, even plays for Dutch side PSV. You'll see them in the Champions League a lot. He's starting for the squad. His father is a Surinamese American, plus a veteran, shout out to him, while his mother was born in the Netherlands. Let's not forget Anthony Robinson, born in England. His pops, Marlon, later moved to White Plains, New York. Robinson is a naturalized citizen. Oh yeah, you're probably thinking, the star of the team cannot possibly apply to this story. After all, he did the Trump dance when he scored. There's no way, right? Wrong. Nope, you're actually dead wrong. Christian Pulisic, indeed, his story, one of immigration as well. From Newsweek, Pulisic has Croatian heritage through his grandfather, who immigrated to the country as part of a wave of Yugoslav immigrants in the mid-20th century. That heritage gave Pulisic a Croatian passport, which allowed him to move to Borussia Dortmund at age 16 without a work permit. Goalkeeper Matt Turner, a native of Jersey, he discovered his Jewish heritage by finding his paternal great-grandmother's emigration papers that allowed her to flee Lithuania during the fucking Holocaust. Striker Haji Wright's dad is from Ghana. His mom? Liberia. He was born in Los Angeles. Gio Reyna, who had a rift with former coach Greg Berhalter, born in England. He has parents from Argentina. What you see is microcosmic of this World Cup. Nearly a quarter of the 1,248 players at this year's tournament are representing a country other than the one they were born in. At the 2006 tournament, that figure is less than 9%, wrote Jesus Mesa. Balogun would say, "The best thing we can do is inspire the nation. Make a stand, make a statement. I want young kids to grow up and to be inspired by what we're doing here now. I want our journey to inspire millions of kids around America. My primary focus is on what we're doing here and to make sure we have a successful tournament." The United States would not be a successful team without all of these players. What strikes me is the fact that Stephen Miller thinks that diversity is not our strength. He views it as a crutch. He views it as a weakness. I think because he knows he is inferior. I think because he knows, as a white supremacist, that he is lesser than. And that white supremacy is not only a failing ideology, but one that shows the limitations of a human mind. You know who's really succeeding? All these players. They qualified to get out of the group and into the knockout stage after 2 matches. You know who wouldn't have been able to do that? A team without Balogun and many, many others.